All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for another episode. We are going to be talking about Jamie Han. I'm not sure if you guys heard about this viral speech of Jamie Han. She's a first-generation Chinese immigrant, graduated UCLA communications major, and she has some very choice words for ICE and Donald Trump. Now, before we get in this clip, I just want to say, if you're an American, you can say if you were born here, you have every right to say what you feel about Donald Trump, about ICE, their tactics, how they do certain things, whatever. I 100% am a supporter of Trump. I'm a supporter of ICE. I think it's much needed, especially the disastrous immigration policy that we saw from Biden and Harris, letting 10 million immigrants come over here the last 4 years. Just mind-boggling how terrible their immigration policy was. But if you're not an American, if you're a immigrant coming over here, you know what I mean? Like, who are you to come from another country and criticize our country? I want to just, the biggest thing for a lot of those immigrants that are coming over, which, by the way, I'm all for immigration, legal immigration, but you should be thankful. Before I even really get into this, I just have to say that this is a country that is America first. Donald Trump is going to protect its citizens any way possible, and enforcing ICE, empowering ICE, making sure that they have the right tools and resources to get these violent offenders off the streets. And you hear all the time, well, you have Americans committing crimes too. Yeah, but they're born here. That doesn't make it right, but they're born here. You have people that shouldn't even be here committing crimes against Americans, killing Americans in the street. So I don't understand the pushback. You're trying to make America safe, yet there's violent protesters. And for this girl, Jamie Han, this Chinese immigrant, to come over here and criticize America and criticize the Trump administration it really makes me mad. So I just want to really get into this real quick to see what this girl has to say.
To them, I say ICE and the Trump administration. And in a country that not only refuses to protect, but actively persecutes, scapegoats, and villainizes the indisputable backbone of immigrants who make America what it is. Which, as a first-generation immigrant myself, and as a now citizen who has the privilege of not having to fear for my life every second of the day, and as a communication major of all things, preaching up here about the importance of using your education and using your voice. Excuse my language, but to that I say ICE and the Trump administration.
Now hold on. Imagine me going to China and criticizing the Chinese government. How long do you think the Chinese president would allow me to stay if I said, F the Chinese president, F this Chinese administration? This is insane to allow. And this is one of the problems that America has, is that we are so open, we are so free, that these people from other countries come over here and talk crap about our country, talk crap about our president, and not to mention talk crap about our law enforcement. Do you think I can go to North Korea and said F Kim Jong-un? Would that happen? Could I go to Russia and say F Vladimir Putin and his dictatorship administration? Do you think he's going to allow me as an immigrant to come to his country and disrespect him? It's just crazy. But that's one of, I guess that's, the best and the worst thing about America is that you just allow these people to come over here who just talk crap about. They should be thankful that you fled your country, came over here, which is a much better country. But the first thing you do when you come over is you talk crap about the president. And then you talk crap about the law enforcement officers who put their lives on the line every single day. This is insane. How dare this girl come over here and disrespect the president? You're from China. Do you think I can go to China and say F the Chinese president and F the administration and he's going to allow me to stay? Absolutely not. I mean, look what law enforcement has to do. Look what they have to put up with every single day. Every single day, ICE has to put up with this stuff.
I mean, there's people in front of me destroying Waymos, there's niggas behind me destroying Waymos. There's thousands of people out here disgusted with the Trump administration and how the federal government is handling migration. People are out here with hammers, baseball bats, whatever weapon they can find.
Hammers and baseball bats, whatever weapons they can find. You're talking about the federal government coming into the streets and just removing people that shouldn't be there. That imagine you have all these criminals that shouldn't be here, and yet you have people in the streets spitting on law enforcement officers, assaulting law enforcement officers, destroying cars, destroying property, and the Democrats are silent on this. Silent. They don't say anything about this. And this is what emboldens people from other countries to come over here and talk crap about our country, because they know there's one side of it that says, hey, they're fine. They're going to agree with me. The Democrats are going to agree with me. I'm going to talk crap about this country 24/7. And no one's going to say anything because America is so free. America just welcomes anybody. We're so welcome. You can come from your crap country and talk bad about our country instead of just being thankful that you're here. Thankful that we allowed you into our university. Thankful that we allowed you to our country to get a great education and learn and try to help this country be better than what it is. And instead you say F ICE and F Donald Trump.
It's dark.
Pura la raza latina.
Are you mad?
No explique Spanish, English.
We're learning that President Trump is ordering another 2,000 National Guard troops to deploy to LA, along with those 700 Marines who already received orders.
At the end of the motherfucking...
Okay, guys, we're going to play another one real quick for you. Hold on.
Rising here. Look at some of this standoff from earlier. Watch.
So just imagine being an ICE officer and having to deal with this each and every single day. Every single day, you're going to have people throw rocks at you. You're going to have people try to spit on you. You're going to have people block you from doing your job. You're doing your job. And we just allow this. So there's no wonder why Trump allows that the National Guard to come to D.C. and take over. It's no wonder when you see stuff like this happen.
Yeah, very tense situation here as the federal agents moved in around noontime, and then the protesters moved in to not let it be so easy as it all went down, yelling at them, trying to make it difficult, trying to block some of the military vehicles going through. Federal agents responding with gas, apparent tear gas. Also, some of the protesters saying they were.
This is insane. This is crazy. Where were all these riots and protests when Biden was doing it? Where were all these protests when Obama deported 3 to 4 million people? Where were all these protests at? I don't remember that. Oh, but that's right. It's Donald Trump, and because Donald Trump is white, he has to be racist. And this is only like a Democratic thing. Republicans like to take to the election, and that's how we change things. Democrats take to the streets and they're violent. They destroy things. Republicans say, hey, we're not happy with the way things are going. We're not happy with Biden and Kamala letting 10 million people into this country. You know what we're going to do? We're going to go to the polls. That's how we're going to change this country. We're going to go to the polls and vote. That is what Republicans do. Democrats, this is what they do. They take to the streets.
It was some paintballs, rubber bullets going through. For their part, some of the video also showed some of the agents also ducking some water bottles and rocks being thrown at them by the protesters. So a very tense situation here as Glass House Farms, the target of this immigration raid, as a federal warrant had the agents move in here to...
Rocks thrown at them. Rocks. You've seen the videos of the cars they just got done finished doing their job, picking up whoever they're picking up, and there are people on the side of the road just throwing rocks, smashing these windows. And yet in these democratic cities, especially LA, it's allowed. Never have I seen so many assaults on officers. I mean, the law enforcement assault rate by organized people in this country has skyrocketed. I mean, it's insane. And they have to watch. I mean, they're at more of a risk than anybody else right now. I mean, law enforcement right now is being attacked. They are under attack every single time they do their job. They can't go in and do their job without people trying to block them, push them, assault them, trying to let people know, like, hey, look, you guys, ICE is coming pretty soon, trying to dox them, try to put their personal private information online, making sure, trying to get some type of legislation to make sure that they don't have masks anymore. Could you imagine if ICE didn't have masks? And this is what the Democrats say, well, how dare they wear masks? That they have to wear masks, because guess what? You're going to try to find out their personal information, put it online, try to attack their family, attack their kids. That's what you're going to do. Of course they have to have masks on. It's absolutely crazy. And it all starts with a girl like this. It absolutely starts with someone like this.
To them, I say ICE and the Trump administration. And in a country that not only refuses to protect, but actively persecutes, scapegoats, and villainizes the indisputable backbone of immigrants who make America what it is. Which, as a first-generation immigrant myself, and as a now citizen who has the privilege of not having to fear for my life every second of the day, and as a communication major of all things, preaching up here about the importance of using your education and using your voice. Excuse my language, but to that I say ICE and the Trump administration.
Insane. A Chinese immigrant coming over here saying that.
To them, I say, go touch grass. Get a hobby. Find something, anything less embarrassing and pathetic to do with your life than going around on a psychotic power trip, terrorizing and tearing apart.
Embarrassing. Being a law enforcement agent is embarrassing. Protecting this country, Border Patrol, protecting this country is embarrassing. Ripping apart families. Did you hear she said
families of hardworking, law-abiding taxpayers?
What? You broke the law coming into it. What do you mean law-abiding? This is insane. Democrats, for some reason, think that you're not committing a crime unless it's violent. If you're not committing a violent crime, in their mind, it's not a crime. If I'm stealing from Gucci or Walmart or Target or CVS, by the way, I can't even go to CVS anymore without getting a cashier to open up this box for me, because I can't even I can't even get a deodorant because everything's locked up now. But according to the Democrats, it's okay because you're not violent. And this is the problem that we have.
Folks who want nothing more than to live their lives, to put food on ICE and the Trump.
It's, you know, Donald Trump has done so much for this country. Okay, so much for this country, and all he gets from the left is just hate, getting called racist, you know, getting called Hitler, getting called all this stuff. You know, you got good law enforcement people. You got great men and women putting their lives on the line every single day trying to make this country great. And they got spat on, they get pushed, they get assaulted, or even worse. And you got a privileged person like this, not even from this country, coming over here, disrespecting Trump and disrespecting ICE and saying F law enforcement, F ICE, F Trump. An immigrant. Imagine. No other country would allow for me to go over there and say, F this president, F this administration. They would kick me out the country tomorrow. I don't understand why we have to let these people come in when all they do is talk crap about the country. We really got to work on some other things, guys. All right. Remember, guys, like, comment, subscribe. I'm out of here.